Hello friends, welcome to Get My Class. So let's solve this question which says dash is not an antibiotic. Option A penicillin, option B tetracycline, option C citric acid, option D streptomycin. So let us understand the question. It says dash is not an antibiotic. So which among these is not an antibiotic? So before that we have to talk about what is an antibiotic. Antibiotic. So if you split this word into two, you will get two parts. That is, first one is anti, and the second one is biotic. So you would have heard about the meaning of biotic, biotic factors. These are nothing but the living organism. Okay, so it is nothing but living organism. So what is anti? Anti is nothing but against. Okay, against. So these are the components. Antibiotics are the components which are produced against certain other living organisms. Or you can say antibiotics are produced by living organisms, produced by living organisms, and act against other living organisms. Not all, but of course they are specific. So produced by living organisms and act against other organisms. And act against certain other organisms, because not all organisms can get killed by this antibiotics. Okay, they are specific. Certain other organisms. Okay, those are antibiotics. So you would have heard, like whenever there is an infection, doctor would prescribe some antibiotics for you. So what is the reason that we are actually taking the ready-made antibiotics when we are not well, when we are having the infections? Whenever we have infection, that time only they will prescribe antibiotics. Okay, so the reason is these antibiotics will work in our body by killing those pathogenic microorganisms. Okay, so those are antibiotics. So we have to look for the one which is not an antibiotic. So option A says penicillin. Penicillin is an antibiotic which is produced by it's Penicillium rotatum. Okay, for example. So you have different species, but here I'm giving example of Penicillium rotatum, and this was the first discovered species for the production of penicillin. Okay, so penicillin was first discovered by Alexander Fleming, and where he found penicillium to be responsible for the production of penicillin. Okay, so it is an antibiotic. So we will rule it out. Option B says tetracycline. Tetracycline is an antibiotic. It is produced by certain streptomyces species. Streptomyces species, which are found usually in soil as well. Okay, so it is an antibiotic, hence we will rule out. Option C is citric acid. So it is an acid. Okay, it is an acid. It is produced by Aspergillus species. Okay, mainly Aspergillus species. So at industrial level, they have been used. Okay, so it is not an antibiotic. It is an acid. Hence, this should be our right answer because we are looking for the one which is not an antibiotic. So option D says streptomycin. Streptomycin is also an antibiotic, and this is also produced by certain species of streptomyces. Okay, and hence this is also ruled out because we are looking for the one which is not an antibiotic. So which is the one which is not an antibiotic here? Which is the one? Let us conclude here. That is option C. So C, that is citric acid, is not an antibiotic. It is an acid. I hope you understood the explanation. Thank you.